Is gay marriage a Democratic Republican issue?
In the most basic political sense, absolutely, right? People on the left tend to favor this. But if you were to divide the Democratic Party into subgroups, like, for example, African-American people, we saw that in California, they tend not to support gay marriage issues, which is, I think, is very sad. I mean, black people just got the right to vote like last week in America, and suddenly they're opposing marriage.
Gays can vote, Mark.
No, my point is we just started getting rights recently. I mean, we black people have only been voting really since 1965 Voter Rights Act. So it's very difficult then for black people to oppose civil liberties for other people. I think it's sad that we're even voting on the civil rights of other people.
I
mean, come on. If you were to put black people's right to vote to a national vote right now, they still might not win.
Vote Marc Lamont. Mark, let me tell you how black people think.
Please do. Please do.
Tell them.
The issue is, blacks were brought here in slave ships. They were enslaved. The laws of states discriminated against them for 100 years.
Absolutely.
Civil rights is a black issue. Now everybody in America wants to be black. The feminists.
No, everybody in America wants civil rights.
Illegal immigrants. Yeah, but you can't.
Everybody in America wants civil rights. They don't want to be black. They want civil rights.
Being denied.
And if civil rights is an issue that involves all of us, we all want our civil rights.
Right.
Why should gay people be any less?
They do have civil rights. No one can marry. Oh, yes, they can. They can't marry someone of the same sex. Neither can you. Neither can you. Neither can I.
You're saying gay people can get married as long as they're not gay anymore, essentially, as long as they don't function as gay people. I mean, come on, that's absurd.
Don't say this is equal rights. This is.
You should have the right to marry whoever you want. That's the point. Now, actually, my proposal is
not the purpose for marriage.
My personal belief is that everyone should get civil unions, and if people want to get married, they should get married by their religious authority.
Marriage
we just need one more nail in the coffin of marriage in America.
No, because I don't want to make these artificial distinctions.
Family has done such a great thing.
No, because I believe in a separation of church and state. And if anything is crumbling the black family, it's not gay people. It's crumbling economies. It's crack. It's police brutality.
No, it is the end of the black family, and that was done by. Oh, probably people said at the time.
You think gay marriage signals the end of a black family?
No, I think it's over because of other liberal policies. You already have.
It is absolutely.
No. It is because of what liberals did to the black family that we see how important a mother and a father are. Mommy and daddy must be married to one another, as I detailed in chapters of my last book, Guilty.
Can it be a civil union and marriage be a religious institution?
No, I'm not talking about religion, Larry.
She doesn't want to do that because she wants to keep the connection between church and state together.
No, it has nothing to do with the church. It has to do with civilization, and civilization requires the family, which means a mother and a father raising a child.
That's a religious narrative. That's okay, but let a church do it.
Theory. It has nothing to do with that.
What role does the state have to play in our...
Look, it was the state that's been subsidizing illegitimacy for 30 years, and look what that has done into the black family. It's destroyed it.
The fall, if you want to say that the black family is not together in terms of a nuclear, heteropatriarchal family, if that's what you're talking about, then the things that affected it more are crumbling economies, the injection of crack into neighborhoods, poor education systems. And the other thing here is that
if you take out the factor of illegitimacy, the difference in black and white crime rate disappears. That is a fact. Could we concentrate on that fact for a moment?
If you look at non-custodial fathers who are involved, you don't see a high crime rate. The issue here is not whether or not people are in the house or not. That's a particular American value.
This is about liberals have been trying to persuade us
let me get a break, guys.
Using this crazy thing called data, statistics, evidence.
Let me get a break. Hold it.
Look at my last book.
Don't ask, don't tell. Repeal it?
No. In fact, I want the gays to come out against girls in the military.
Gay people should be able to serve freely. I hope that the president does everything he can.
He campaigned that he would, right?
Yeah, but right now Obama is playing to the center. I mean, he feels like he has the gay wing as well as the blacks in the black movement sort of in his pocket. And I think he's starting to play to the center. He's worried about independent voters, swing voters.
Is that a mistake or plus?
I think from a strategic perspective, it makes perfect sense. Unfortunately, from an ethical perspective, from a change perspective, I think it's disappointing. I think that President Obama is gesturing to the left but governing from the middle, and that's very, very dangerous to me politically.
Why are you opposed to repealing it?
Well, you say serve openly. Well, they can serve. I just don't understand. Well, two things. I don't understand this idea. I just can't get through the workday without talking about my sex life. How do you expect me to serve? Point one. Point two, all they have to do is not talk about it. Point two, the military.
While straight people can continue to talk about it. I mean, it's not like people want to walk around talking about their sexuality.
Point two, but what you can't get through the day.
Point one was terrible.
That's all you have to do, not talk about your sex life.
It's completely hide who you are.
You don't want sexuality influencing young men who are supposed to be defending the nation. And by the way, I really hate the idea of people who are not in the military deciding, let's just change the rules here.
Well, people in the military have supported it. Colin Powell's pretty supportive.
Yeah, I don't trust generals.
You don't trust Colin Powell now?
No, generals are very political. They they kiss up to get ahead. I'll trust a colonel.
Oh,
you
God.
produce a majority of colonels, but you don't go around changing the rules for something that is a very specialized field. Being in the military is very
Did you
different.
favor it when Clinton proposed it?
I think I was practicing law at the time, and I had absolutely no opinion. I probably didn't even know it happened.
Lastly, before the students get to ask questions, gay marriage. Why can't gays get married like straights do?
Well, they can. They have to marry a member of the opposite sex.
Why can't they marry a member of their sex?
No, I think this is another one where you're just sucking up to liberals when there are big fights. We really
No,
need
we
to be having in a
believe
very socialist
individuals should
country
be
right
left
now.
alone.
But my reason, it has nothing to do with libertarians or gays or anything else. Marriage is the most important institution to civilize young people, bring them into. I mean, I want to make divorce a lot more difficult too. Liberals want to destroy. This is an important point, libertarians. You listen to this. Liberals want to destroy the family so that you will have one loyalty, and that is to the government.